policy going forward as we look to the entirety of 2021, for instance, not knowing when a vaccine turns up. That would then mean that you've got options, and one of those options might be to say to people, and other countries in the world are doing this, here is an electronic device that means we can be certain about where you are, but there is some technology that can actually monitor your vital signs as well, so it becomes something that's not just to ensure you stay where you're supposed to stay, it's also a way in which we can monitor whether you're healthy or otherwise. That's a piece of work that's being done.
If we do not act now,
decades of development could be lost.
If we do not act now, the 2030 agenda could be out of reach.
Despite all the challenges, this is a historic opportunity
to build back better and greener.
We must raise the bar of ambition
to attain the future we want.
A future that is fair,
safe,
inclusive,
and sustainable.
We are taking concrete actions
to transform declarations into reality.
We are joining forces because we believe that together we are stronger.
Together we can go further.
The future is in our hands.
Will you join us?
The future we want.
The future we want.
The future we want.
The future we want. The future we want.
The future we want.
The future we want.
The future we want.
The future we want.
The future we want.
Seconds.
It's at the end, what the fourth industrial revolution will lead to is a fusion of our physical, our digital, and our biological
See where this is headed. I had a listener in Australia send me a page from their newest COVID-19 Emergency Response Act of 2020 in South Australia. And it continues, and they've now added removal of children. Listen to this. Remove a child from any premises, place, vehicle, or vessel to a place of residence of the child or to a hospital or quarantine facility as the authorized officer thinks fit. So now an authorized officer is going to practice medicine, and if they believe that they should take your child, they will take your child. And it says, and may in doing so use such force as is necessary. As necessary. Child means a person under 18 years of age. Folks, we have now within less than a year, although it's getting pretty close to it, 252 days here in America of a lockdown, multiple executive orders from President Trump still standing. He had a nice game of golf this weekend while his executive order continued to destroy people's lives. As this continues on, this is basically a farce that is destroying our lives, destroying our society. It is a sellout to globalism. Make no mistake about it. And as we see Waffle House's CEO, this is an article from fee.org. They said, what he said is exactly what America needs, almost. He didn't mince words when he explained his biggest problem with the economic lockdown. He said, quote, none of the people who make the decisions to shut down businesses and impact people's livelihoods ever have their own livelihood impacted. How about that? Isn't that interesting? You know, it doesn't affect anybody in government because, government is essential. It doesn't affect anybody in the big box retailers, right? No. It doesn't affect any of those people. It doesn't affect Hollywood in LA, but everybody else's lives are affected. Isn't it interesting that it seems to only be the deplorables who are non-essential?
But you don't have a choice. People act like you have a choice. Normalcy only returns when we've largely vaccinated the entire global population.
Basically, an effort for man to merge with machine in a healthy way.
Yes.
To beat machines, you basically have to merge with machines.
Most likely, yes.
You're working to build basically an interface to the brain.
Yeah. Electrode to neuron interface at a micro level.
Okay, what is it? Like a plug in my head that's going to fit into a hard drive? Or how does that work?
Yeah. A chip and a bunch of tiny wires.
This would be implanted surgically. And it would do what? Could you input? Could you download Jim?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Announcement from the WA Police Force.
We would like to remind everyone in the surrounding area to ensure they are social distancing. Social distancing is critical to help limit the risk of COVID-19 spreading around the community. Please ensure you are 1.5 metres away from others. Thank you. Your actions are saving lives. For further information around social distancing, please visit www.wa.gov.au.
Who are you, little fella? Come to show him where I am. Not nice.
It's just a mask, you guys. Don't be a jerk. It's for the greater good. It's just a vaccine, you guys. Don't be a jerk. It's for the greater good. In 4 months, the U.S. was transformed into an obedient socialist country. Government dictated what events are acceptable to attend. Violent protests that instill fear are okay. But church services, family funerals, and patriotic celebrations are dangerous. And you bought it without a fight. Standing in a graduation line is a safety hazard. Small businesses were forced to close, but crowds to support the corporate money machine at Walmart, Lowe's, and Home Depot are okay. Come on, it's just a mask and safety precautions. How about a little hush money? Here's $2,400 that we stole out of your paycheck in the first place. Enjoy. Buy something with it from a big corporation. Cash is dirty. We can't give change. There's a coin shortage. Use your card. In 4 months, they convince you to use a traceable card for everything. In less than 4 months, government closed public schools, then restructured education under the guise of public safety. In less than 4 months, our government demonstrated how easily people assimilate to guidelines that have no scientific premise whatsoever when you are fearful. In less than 4 months, our government successfully instilled fear in a majority of the population in America that allows them to control every aspect of your life, including what you eat, where you go, who you see, and your toilet paper. And the most dangerous and terrifying part, people are not afraid of the government who removed their freedom. They're afraid of their neighbors, family, and friends. And they hate those that won't comply. It's absolutely terrifying to me that so many people don't question authority. They are willing to surrender their critical thinking skills and independence. They just gave up without thinking, without a fight. Do you know what's coming next? It's just a vaccine. Come on, it's for the greater good. Wait until you're told that you can't enter any store or business without proof of the COVID-19 vaccine. Wait until you can't go to public events or get on a plane without proof of receiving the vaccine. Don't think it's possible? Well, you already allowed the government to say when you can go outside, where you're allowed to go, and accepted a new unproven digital education for your kids in the last 100 days. You followed blindly because you were told to do so. You're kidding yourself if you think the mass behavior won't be repeated with a vaccine or whatever the next step is. I don't follow politics. I don't care about that stuff. I don't think about it. It's easier just to ignore it. But that couldn't happen here in America, right? They got you. Without a thought. Without a fight. Just like France. Just like Russia. Just like China. Welcome, comrade.
Now we're done with your tricks. Yeah, don't